Welcome to AIESEC. On the 28th of June 2012, the world's biggest student-run organization celebrated 60 years of AIESEC in Germany. About 350 invited guests joined the event in the German Department of Foreign Affairs in Berlin. After having opened the ceremony, the host of the day, the Vice President for External Relations Daniel Mast, welcomed Dr. Wolf-Ruthard Born. In his opening speech, the former State Secretary of the Department of Foreign Affairs focused on the main topic of the event, the question of responsibility in a global society, and also touched current issues of the world we live in.
What happens to Syria, where thousands of people have already been killed? So we have to work together within multilateral instances, United Nations, but also country by country with our partners in order to make the world a better world. And that's what I meant mentioning a few problems.
Today's problems were also the main aspect of the so-called World Café. The participants were divided into smaller groups and shared their very own AIESEC experience. In addition, they tried to find answers to questions concerning global thinking.
So I don't see really limitations. I only see benefits, and that's why I really love AIESEC. I love AIESEC.
Well, another special correlation of love and AIESEC, Dr. Gunther Dunkel, CEO of the NordLB, mentioned during his compelling and personal speech.
My first son was conceived actually during an AIESEC Congress, and I still remember very vividly what was happening, but I can't get into details now.
A very detailed overview about what happened in Berlin was given by the AIESEC social media team. On Twitter and Facebook it mentioned every speaker's contribution. The keynote by Steffen Kampeter, State Secretary of the Ministry of Finance, as well as the panel discussion about taking over responsibility in a global society, hosted by Gabriele Eick, former Chief of Communications at Dresdner Bank. Moreover, Oliver Wieck, Managing Director of the Federation of German Industry, Hannes Chopra, businessman and advisor in Russia, politician Professor Dr. Friedbert Pflüger, and next year's AIESEC President Florent May expressed thoughts on the topic. May explained why the AIESEC vision is so well reflected by that subject.
AIESEC wants young people who live through that experience volunteer with Red Cross and take that experience with them afterwards. So whatever they do in their life, they kept that value with them. So they become a more responsible individuals in their future life.
The event finished with a performance of a very special guest. Almost all participants agreed that he was the unquestioned highlight of the day.
I really enjoyed the speech of Mr. Kaltenthaler. I've met him so many years ago when I was on the National Committee. I think he's a very inspiring person, and it's really exciting to see him back on stage here again today and talk about his AIESEC.
The highlight definitely was the closing speech of Mr. Kaltenthaler, our founder of AIESEC Germany.
The highlight for me personally of today was welcoming Dr. Albert Kaltenthaler, the founder of AIESEC Germany, on stage. Living here, celebrating 60 years of AIESEC anniversary by inviting the founder of AIESEC in Germany and having the current president of AIESEC Germany here really shows how this organization is developing over 6 decades.
In his captivating speech, Dr. Kaltenthaler explained why it was so important to reunite Europe after the Second World War. With this idea in mind, he established the organization in Germany 60 years ago. And to keep it alive, he emphasized on a special aspect AIESECers should never forget.
Der Spaßfaktor bei AIESEC.
Generally, the fun factor is a very important element for AIESEC. Groups come together in local committees, 20 or 30 people simply longing for fun and singing and dancing. That hasn't changed at all.
Singen und tanzen und ja. Und das hat sich nicht geändert, das war bei uns so, das ist heute so.
And we are sure, Mr. Kaltenthaler, that this will also not change in the next 60 years.